Greetings, Clan. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little late here, so well, actually, I'm on time. Give me 1 minute, guys. Hello, YouTuber. It's me, Grimlock Stonehammer. Dun, dun, dun. We will be waiting for Icewing. Running a little late today, so that's why I'm a little fat right now. So, give me a minute. And I will be back. Okay, guys, just give me 1 little minute. And I have to set up the Facebook radio so you guys can see what is going on. And today we are going to be talking about some sci-fi. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, sci-fi. But we're going to be talking about favorite spaceships and stuff like that. And hopefully Icewing will join us, but give me a minute because I have to set up everything for Facebook so they can listen into our conversation. It's just been a busy day, so I'm just I just woke up and I was like, oh my god, and, da, da, da. And you know how things is. Life goes like that, right? Yeah, it does. So we'll just wait for a minute, guys, and give me a minute to do this. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. All right. I gotta summon Icewing now, guys. So give me 1 minute. He's kind of like playing his game right now. No, he's not playing his game. I don't know where he is. Where the heck is he? Playing John. Okay, I don't know where Icewing is, so I have to. I'm gonna summon him right now, guys. So maybe he will come in. And oh, that's where he is. He's hiding. Oh, okay. Wait a minute, guys. Just wait a minute. I'm sorry. Things are just a little difficult right now. Okay. So let's just start this off right, okay? Hey, Charles, how you doing, buddy? Okay, we are going to talk about sci-fi spaceships. And what are some of your favorite sci-fi spaceships out there? If you guys want to leave a comment on Facebook, I will see it and talk to you. If you want to leave a comment here, Facebook, that'll be cool too, okay? So you'll have to listen to the Facebook radio thing, but that's fine, okay? All right. So we're going to start with the classics that people know about, and then we are going to move on to other things, to talk about, okay? So, Uh, okay. So one of the things we're going to talk about is spaceships. So one of the classic spaceships is obviously the Enterprise. Now Star Trek has been flying around with this spaceship, and it's very popular. But I think we're going to wait until Icewing joins us because he actually plays the Starship game a lot. So we'll wait until Icewing actually appears. So what I am going to talk about is Killjoys. Now, if anybody has seen Killjoys, it is awesome. I love this show, and it's just an amazing sci-fi show, kind of like a bounty hunter meets space. Okay, and there's a bunch of plot lines and a bunch of interesting thing with aliens and um, different work conditions and how corporations and kind of like status symbols also. But these bounty hunters fly around a spaceships called her name is Lucy, and she has an intelligence very high. It's very this spaceship is amazing. It's nice and small, and eventually it gets to a warp drive where it can teleport through space at certain times with no problem whatsoever. Now, I like this concept. This is very interesting to me, and I like how it goes bloop bloop, and that's just later in the series. Now, if you haven't seen Killjoys, check it out. It's a very good old sci-fi series. Um, don't think it's a couple of years old. I don't know if they're gonna renew it. They should. It's pretty good. But Lucy has a relationship with one of the crew members, John, who's kind of like a tech wizard. He knows everything tech, and Lucy is kind of like a defined character within the show. And it's very cool that this little microchip it's like awesome. It was a wedding present that was stolen that you find out in the series because she was supposed to be married to a prince of one of the planets, and it didn't really happen that much. But Lucy is one of my top ones that I'm very interested in, and I always love it, and it's always interesting to check out. One of the so let's also talk about some other spaceships that are out there. Now we can talk about Star Trek, Star Wars, with just the basic ones. Like the destroyers in Star Wars are simply amazing. They are freaking huge. Okay, better than the ragtag thing of the Rebel Alliance because the Rebel Alliance doesn't have the funding to build awesome ginormous spaceships. Now, these spaceships are very huge and can do a lot of massive damage, especially Lord Vader's Star Destroyer. Now, they are definitely Star Destroyers. These things are massively huge. And the thing with these is if the X-Wings start to fly in to attack the destroyers to get close enough, the Empire has a thing to deal with that, and they're little freaking TIE fighter spaceships that fly awesomely fast, and they move pretty much really well. Okay, and they have that iconic sound that you hear in the theater with a going by at really high speed. Now, these TIE fighters look amazing, and I just like them as general because and they tend to improve throughout the franchise a little bit. Um, the storyline, not so much, but what can you do about that? It's just amazing how to see that. Um, see that with the iconic symbol and the long range and stuff like that. So now another spaceship I am going to talk about is the one from Dark Matter. Dark Matter. Oh I'm sorry. I messed up franchises, guys. Killjoy does not have the teleportation thing a lot. Okay, hey Kurt, how you doing? We're talking about spaceships. Are there any spaceships you want to talk about? Just leave a comment down below, and I'll see it. I'm sorry, Killjoys has Lucy, who has the AI intelligence. Okay, and that's really cool. And she has this relationship with John. It's kind of interesting because John is the one who takes care of her. Okay, so if you haven't seen Killjoy, check it out. It has an iconic spaceship in it. All right, and I already talked about the TIE fighters. Now, Dark Matters is another. I'm trying to look up for the name of Dark Matters. Um, is a really awesome sci-fi show that a lot of people don't know about it. It's kind of old. I'm not gonna tell you guys what the preference is because we're not talking about old shows. We're talking about spaceships. Okay. It's called the Derelict spaceship, and it's very awesome. And the crew basically, yes, Killjoys is a very cool show. You gotta check it out. But like I said, the spaceship is very awesome. You'll like it. It's an older sci-fi show. So Dark Matters, the show is very like the spaceship is awesome. Is because it has space for the crew, and they're trying to figure out who they are with on it. Now that's not the awesome thing. In the later seasons, they have a drive that basically can teleport to any point in the galaxy as far. Now I'm sorry I mixed this up. My bad. I'm a little waking up right now, so it's all good. So Dark Matters. So eventually they get this device that can teleport the whole ship to any point of the galaxy. And it makes it quite interesting. It's not like warp speed or light speed, which are like popular, or any other type of thing. It actually teleports the whole ship. Okay? If you guys want to see the video, I am on YouTube, Icewing.grim, if you guys want to see me. But if you want to just listen to the Facebook radio, that is fine too. So I think that's kind of an amazing characteristic of spaceships, is it actually teleporting the whole massive into different dimensions and stuff like that, and like different pockets of the universe. It doesn't have this momentum, you see. It just teleports, and that is freaking amazing. So Dark Matters has a really special spaceship in my heart that I kind of like also, and it kind of has that feel to it. I know, Kurt, you want me to talk about Star Trek. I'm waiting for Icewing because Icewing plays Star Trek, and you can talk about a bunch of iconic starships after that. Now, one of the other ships that I would like to talk about, and no, I'm sorry, guys, I don't watch Firefly. So I'm not gonna talk about the Serenity. I know that's a big fan hit. I know a lot of people like aside like the Serenity and stuff like that. But I didn't watch the series. I saw the movie. So yeah, but I really can't comment on it. So I'm not really gonna talk about that spaceship at all. I'm sorry, and I know that's probably getting a lot of geek rage right now. All right. So one of the other iconic spaceships we're going to talk about is from my childhood. USS Orville. Yes, I do. I do like it. It is like Star Trek's cousin, okay? The ship is very iconic to Star Trek and the origins of that, but it has its also distinct differences. Like, one of the differences is it doesn't have teleportation, okay? Like, it doesn't have, like, beam me up, whatever, which is one of the iconic things of Star Trek. But it is a unique ship of its own design, and it has its unique things also that it has. It does have some things like warp capabilities, you could say, and it has your typical iconic symbolism of typical Starship Federation ships, but Union ships are typically different than Star Trek in some other different ways. one of the differences I've seen is they basically have the entrance in the back of the ship that comes back and forth between ships, and we don't really see that on Star Trek a lot. It's a little different, and though it is mirrored towards the deck of the Orville is kind of different. Also, you have like two seats together. You have the first captain, the captain's chair, and then the second in command ship together. And it's kind of different to see that plan on a deck, because if you remember Star Trek, it had the captain in the middle, had his number one on the side, and it had the counselor on the other side, which is also kind of different. The setup is a little bit different also in the way it's portrayed, and it's just really an interesting little ship. Now, is there going to be a lot more potential for the Orville to show off its diversity as a spaceship? I don't know. We shall see. It could be like a really cool spaceship thing to see the different characteristics compared to the Enterprise. Now, the Enterprise is a totally different ball game, and I guess we'll have to talk about the Enterprise because I grew up with Next Generation, and that Enterprise spaceship was way different from its predecessor from the original series. Now, a lot of people have grown up. Some people have grown up to the original series and saw it. I respect the elder geeks, guys. I understand that Kirk and Spock are a part of the generation lore and stuff like that. But I grew up with the Enterprise for Next Generation. And the one thing that was good about that ship is it actually, the saucers disconnected and became two ships. Now, I haven't seen a lot of different spaceships that actually does that kind of thing. And it's kind of interesting to see it. So when we were watching the movies and we saw that live or in the series, we're like, oh my God. And it became two different type of ships. You had the saucer and you had the bottom half of the Enterprise. Yes, long live and prosper. And it was really cool. And you just watched this and it was amazing to see when you saw it on TV. And you were like, wow, look at that. The thing is totally separation. And it's wicked cool. And you're like, wow, that is amazing to see. And we didn't expect to see it. Like when you first saw it, you were excited. When you saw it, it was simply amazing. And then they did a couple of times where only the saucer survived or whatever. But when it was basically like the deck of the second half is more of a battle command carrier. It becomes like a battleship. It's a lot less comfortable and more gritty for Next Generation, and it's kind of cool to see this happen. Now, another one is the iconic Klingon Bird of Prey, which is another iconic spaceship that I like to see because it looks very hulky and menacing just when you see this thing come out. And the thing about this thing is it has a cloaking device, so it could be tracking you and ready to do some damage. And the photon torpedoes are amazing within this. Now there was one bird of prey that actually could wait a minute. The one that could actually shoot photon torpedoes while cloaked. Okay? And it was really amazing and it was cool and very dangerous, by the way, because there's a whole conspiracy about that. And it was the only one in its thing that was cloaked and could actually shoot photon torpedoes. And that was kind of different. Hello, Stacy. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing fine. I like people who like join the Facebook feed and like, I can't see him. Oh no. Well, sorry guys, you have to. It's Facebook radio, whatever. Like I said, I'm on YouTube right now as a video. So you just check it out. That. Um. Hmm. Wait a minute. There is one spaceship that I would like to talk about, but I have to. I forget. You guys gotta give me a minute. I'm looking for its name. I think it's called the Titan. I'm not sure. Which is it's kind of it gives reference to what the hell was it? Robotech. Okay, because it had this Robotech had a really huge spaceship that transformed into this massive being. Now, in the series Voltron, we have the really cool spaceship called the Lions. Now, the Lions are not your typical spaceships, but yes, they are spaceships. Nonetheless, they are spaceships, and you get into them, and they do fly, and they form a massive robot, which is awesome. But they can fly on their own and have no problem. Now, I think that the Titan is what the now you Voltron fans who've checked out Netflix, you guys can correct me if you wish. I'm looking it up right now, and I really can't find it. But Voltron was a cool series, and what happened is Shiro basically had another. He was a command of the Galactic Alliance, and they made a ship out of the house of the Castle Lions. The Castle Lions was an awesome spaceship. Yes, it is a castle. That is a spaceship that you thought could not move, and Netflix was like, you know what? We're gonna make this castle move. Now that is a simple, amazing thing feat to see. Okay, and I'm just saying that it was great honor to see. Uh, Sorry guys about Icewing. I don't know where he is. He's probably chilling around, but that's okay. It's all good. But seeing Titus like transform into a ship gives that reference to Robotech, which a lot of people liked back in the day. Was like seeing it transform into this massive big robot to destroy things and stuff like that. Oh my god, I speak his name and he summons. I think. Yeah. Oh, hey, Icewing. So I'm going to wrap up with talking about the Voltron spaceships because they're come on, they're lions, and one of them can, and the huge one, the huge spaceship can transform into a massive robot. Also, was awesome. So I talked about a little bit about Star Trek, and I was waiting for you to come in to talk about a little bit more. Uh, I've talked about the Orville spaceship and how it was like icon. It hasn't had its own unique personality yet because it's like shadowing by Star Trek. But when now like the U.S. Enterprise from Next Generation, with the separation, like the separation of the saucer was an amazing thing for our generation. You know that made it iconic. And I did talk about the bird of prey with the cloaking device and just how you see this thing like coming up from you.
Whoa! How dare you miss the Enterprise that can cloak?
I forgot about that one. See,
Yeah.
see, well, you know, dude, I don't know. I do. There's a lot of different spaceships in my head right now that are going through my head.
Well, to be honest, there should only be one. If you want to talk about cool transforming ships, do you call yourself an anime lover?
Oh, you're talking about Gundam?
Oh no.
Oh.
I was talking more about Macross.
Yes, I did mention Robotech.
Yes,
Yeah,
Macross.
yes, the original Robotech. Yes, that if
Yes.
that like Voltron had influence from the massive robots. Yes, I mentioned that.
Okay, okay, just making sure.
Dude,
Just making sure, guys.
I don't need the elder geeks coming at me because they're like, you didn't mention Robotech. I did mention Robotech. Excuse me.
All right.
Because I'm like, a lot of like some of the iconic things from the new Voltron had like Robotech themes in it. So yes, of course, I give homage to Robotech. All right, so they don't like set phases to stun and make me into ashes, okay? Because that's not a cool thing.
I wouldn't be stunned if you were turned to ashes. That'd
Well,
be to disintegrate.
yeah, and I also talked about I talked about the destroyers, Star Destroyers in Star Wars, and the X
What
Wings and the Tie
I
Fighters.
I personally am a fan of the ships from Stargate Atlantis, as far as
This is why I had.
not Atlantis, Stargate, the ones where it was human design, but it was influenced by the aliens. There, I forgot their name because fuck them.
It's been a
Uh,
long time.
and it's been a long time. But I do like those ships because it was like a glorified aircraft carrier, but in a box with wings. And I don't know, it was badass. Um, then
See, this is why I like you coming in because you mentioned some sci-fi shows that I haven't checked out that you have,
yeah, yeah,
and like I mentioned Killjoys and Lucy with the artificial intelligence.
yeah.
Well, oh God, Kurt.
There is another ship, and this is for my gamer peeps. This would be the uh, the ship from Mass Effect. I believe it is Mass Effect 2, where they unlock the AI, or unshackle as they call it, and turn it from a glorified super VI to an actual AI with no restraints. A ship that can truly fly itself and tell you where to go.
Sounds like Lucy from Killjoys. But
Uh,
Lucy from Killjoys had a like intimate relationship with the techie named John because it was kind of funny how they interacted. And when you have like a personality with a ship that actually talks back, it actually makes it interesting. Serenity, Firefly. I'm sorry, Kirk. I never watched. I saw Serenity, the movie, and I didn't get, and I've never seen Firefly. And I'm sorry to the fans, I can't mention. Well, I'm doing an honorable mention, but I don't know much about that spaceship to actually comment on it. And I'm sorry about that, but it
I've seen
happens.
a quarter of one episode, and I'll be honest, I don't want to watch it because if I do get sucked in, guess what? There's no more seasons.
Yeah. Wow, you gonna troll them like that? Nice,
Yeah,
Icewing.
yeah. Shots fired.
Shots fired. Wow. So,
Yep.
so I talked about the bird of prey and how that presence of seeing that ship is just when you see that on the big screen, like on the view screen, you're like, oh crap, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Um, because the Klingons were nothing to mess with, and then you had the Borg, which was just like a cube, and it was
But
kind of
it's not just cute. There's spheres too.
this. Oh, I didn't know that there are also spheres.
Yep, there are spheres. If you play Star Trek Online, you'll actually get to know more ships than really that you can possibly think of.
Well, that's why you're here because you can talk about the gaming spaceships out there, like the ones from
Well, these are actually pulled from the Star Trek
yeah,
universe.
yeah, but like you mentioned Mass Effect and
Yeah, but
also
with Star Trek Online, there are some really badass ships. I mean, even the Romulan ships You know, they actually, in my opinion, surpassed the technology of cloaking than the Klingon. So if you think the Klingon ships are bad, you don't know a Romulan cloaking ship until it's too late.
Okay, so our friend Kirk, Kirk, his alter ego that hasn't showed up yet, Tiberius Stark, which is his one of his alter egos, hasn't showed up yet. He's talking about a Battlestar Galactica, okay, and the Cylons. I did watch a little bit of the new series. I didn't see the original. I'm sorry, Kurt. My bad. But the Cylon ships were pretty awesome. And the frightening thing about the Cylons is if they got destroyed, they would be transferred to another consciousness, to another ship. And they were actually the living ship of these fighters that would come after humanity. And that is a kind of cool thing, kind of scary also to see that happen.
Actually, another honorable mention from Mass Effect would be the endgame monsters, Mass Effect 1, which the Reapers.
The Reapers.
The Reapers themselves are actually a giant fucking ship that is an AI machine. So it is all about domination and destruction and resetting the universe every 50,000 years or so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's heavy. It's kind of like the Borg simulating everything when you see the cube.
No, they don't assimilate. They just fuck shit up and kill it.
Oh, crap. I had another mention of a ship that just passed my head. Funny. So I am going to mention a childhood of one of my favorite spaceships that Michael Bay didn't want to use, but that's fine. The Ark from the original Transformers Generation 1. Very awesome ship. Transported the Transformers to Earth in the old series. And the thing unique about this one was it had Teletron. Teletron was, I guess, I would say, I don't know, maybe an AI computer device within the ship.
Effectively, Teletron is another fucking, Autobot that is just a giant ship.
Yeah, but it doesn't transform, though. He doesn't transform. It doesn't really. Well, it doesn't. Well, anyways. So it's the one reason why the Transformers actually got, fixed in modern times, because it sent out a scout to repair it. Unfortunately, it repaired the Decepticons first in the series, which is kind of a bad idea. Now, the Ark is also present in some of the other new generations of Transformer shows. You'll just have to check them out, and it was just a good chip. And speaking of Transformers, by the way, if you guys want to hear me talk about more Transformers, shut up, Icewing. Nobody's talking to you. Oh God, Kurt is agreeing with you.
Yep.
Yeah, he's agreeing with you about the Romulan spaceships.
See?
Yeah, okay, anyways. Thanks. Don't give that dragon any more credit than he is, God. He doesn't need any more of that. Anyways, so if you guys want to talk about more Transformers, I am going to be a guest at Chuckle's Crib on Monday between 6 to 7 Eastern Standard Time on Rhode Island freeradio.org. And we are going to be talking everything Transformers, so you guys can listen in and hear the interesting geek stuff about Transformers. And that's my plug for that. Guardians of the Galaxy spaceships were actually kind of interesting to see. Just
to pause you for a sec, I'm going to duck out because I have a conversation I am currently holding, and my party disappeared. So enjoy, everybody. This is Icewing signing out early. Even though I showed up late, I do those things.
Peace out. Well, if you come back, we'll be here. Okay? Guardians of the Galaxy is another one because how they basically transport with the iconic. They break the hexagon of reality and teleport to another place. Marvel is kind of interesting when it sees that happen. Okay, and very different type of transportation. It's kind of interesting to see. And didn't know much about like the space of Marvel that much, but it was always interesting to watch in the movies and stuff like that. Especially with Rocket flying to different ships, and the Creed ship was very massive and then flying. That's the ship I wanted to talk about. Okay, the Necromonger ship. Very huge and menacing, okay, with like darkness coming. And when you saw these ships come down to destroy the world, it was pretty offensive. Now, Riddick, awesome movies. I like Riddick a lot. I think there should be a little bit more Riddicks. But when you saw the Knickerbocker ships, forget it. It was like you are doomed and gloom and done. Okay, the Necromancer ship. Now the head one had a device which destroyed all life on the planet, and that's kind of menacing to see. So it had a very like inside was very like a city within the ship, and it had like very gothic like um architecture and menacing look within it to have to see it. And it was kind of scary to see this, and it was really good, but you know. Oh, you switched. Good, Kurt. Now I can talk to you right now. Ha! Thanks, Kurt. Uh Soon you'll be working with us. So yes, good, because now I just left. Now you can actually see me. Haha! Isn't that scary? So, like I said, the Necromanger ship is very interesting. The way it's like an inner city of dark, gloomy, gothic thing to it, and it's pretty scary. Now, I'm going to make a comic relief one. We are going to talk about Spaceballs 1. Now, if you've never seen Spaceballs, I am sorry. And if you are Star Wars fans and you've never seen Spaceballs, I am definitely sorry. The reason why I like that is because it is awesome, all right? And I liked it. Um, yeah. And it was very interesting to see. Okay, and the reason why I mentioned Spaceball 1 because the iconic symbol of the movie. Okay, this is an iconic ship to see because we break for no one. Now, when you watch Baseball 1, you watch and it has the theme of Jaws in it. And I think that's kind of funny because it has that menacing sound to it that adds to the thing. Because we know when we look at some ships, some spaceships in sci fi, they're huge and they seem to go on forever. So Spaceball 1, when you first see it, it goes on forever. And you're da da da. And at the end of it, it says, "We break for nobody." So this ship doesn't care. It will plow through you and destroy you. Now, an awesome, funny quality about this ship, it doesn't have light speed. It doesn't have warp, it doesn't have warp. It doesn't have any of it. It has ludicrous speed. What is ludicrous speed? They've gone to plaid, okay? This unique, crazy ship gone to plaid. It goes so fast that when it goes to ludicrous speeds, you actually see plaid within space. That's kind of funny. Awesome references to Spaceball 1. And one you knew, Lone Star. Yeah. Yeah, yep, I was going to get onto that one. But let me Let me just talk about. So one of the also interesting things is it changes into Mega Man. Now, see, you'd think that a spaceship would be awesome transforming into a battle robot or whatever. No, this one changes into a huge Mega Man and has a vacuum cleaner stuck to it. Oh, no Brooks, man. Awesome genius. So Space One has an honorable mention also. And Lone Stars Eagle 5 was great. Why? Because it's a Winnebago on wings, okay? There's no structure to it. It is not spatially sound, but because it's a comedian movie, it doesn't need to be scientifically hoity-toity. And I liked it because boom, Mega Man. Yeah, I liked it because it was like an RV with wings, basically, and that's basically all it was. It was like a bachelor plaid flying on. It was equivalent to the Millennium Falcon that I didn't mention that I should have, which is a clunky old clanker that can go do awesome scenes and Star Wars. It's a unique spaceship on its own with Han Solo. So what did Han Solo have? He had this clunker in space, born the Millennium Falcon, which did some awesome stuff, but not as cool as Lone Star's Eagle 5. The Winnebago was awesome. Okay, check out that movie if you haven't, and you should definitely check it out. It's pretty friggin' flying mobile home. Yeah, exactly. A flying mobile home. Come on. That is amazing and like just awesome to check out. Let's see. So I mentioned so I'm pretty much out of I have one more ship to mention. Flight of the Navigator. Ha ha. I'm now. A lot of you guys know that I am not a hardcore Disney fan. I like 10%. Well, Flight of the Navigator is one of the 10%. Why? Because it is a spaceship. Yes. Lost in Space is another unique one, and the new version on Netflix is even more amazing. It has a sphere and it has its own colony, a family unit to live together and to go on these huge missions. Now, Lost in Space, I don't remember the iconic first one, but the second one, the reboot from Netflix, was simply amazing. It was a giant sphere. It had all kinds of devices and unique things for science exploration, and it was very cool to see. Um, the Jupiter was a reboot to homage to the original, a little bit different, obviously, but Netflix has made some really good reboots. Now, I wanted to talk about. You got me off topic, Kurt. There was one more ship I wanted to talk about, and now I simply forgot. What was it? All right, I got Alien was another one. Alien was another iconic spaceship. A rustic bare bone that was like basically falling apart, and you intimidated some aliens on that ship. Not a good one. Okay, I got one more, guys. Since we were talking about somewhat kind of like mech spaceships, we're gonna talk about Gundams. Okay, like Robotech, they are spaceships that change into robots, or just one of them, Endless Waltz. I am talking about. Hero, the character had a Gundam that actually transformed into a plane. Now, this thing was a device of epic proportions. Maybe I should have talking about giant robots next episode. I'm not sure if I want to talk about it, but Gundams were actually a spaceship of its own, but it was more like a giant robot slash spaceship. These things can fly anywhere and ready to assassinate you. Okay, and Exo Squad would be another one. That was a show in the 90s, and they had some really interesting spaceships. Also, with colorful designs and stuff like that, that would actually move the Exo Squad unit to different places. Now, that is a good film to check out. Also, I don't think I have anything else to talk about because I think I've mentioned a lot of good different spaceships out there from different universes, and it's all good because it's all space guys. So, thank you for watching. Kirk, thank you for joining us. Um, um, the hammer is going to smash you out and get Tiberius Stark here. We want to have a conversation with Tiberius Stark. We know he's in there, and we need to talk to him very soon because I think it'd be very interesting. Kirk, talk to him. Kirk is a cosplayer who does Iron Man and does a lot of awesome work uh, for children, for hospitals and stuff like that, and does an amazing job. Thank you for that, Kirk. Even though I don't like Iron Man, whatever. It's just bringing joy to children's faces. That is simply amazing. Who are sick, and I want you to keep up the great work with that. And very awesome to do that. Now I got one more plug to show up to talk to you guys. So if you guys are into comics and you want to talk to Shop Talk, go to Great Stories on YouTube and take Shop Talk from Great Stories. It's a little comic book store, gaming store that talks about all kinds of comic books of what's related right now, and also,
You're still talking?
yes, I am talking. Yes, Icewing. Tiberius Kirk is coming, and he says he doesn't like dragons, so you better behave yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Shop Talk is also talks about pop culture too. So Great Stories, pop culture, and he disappears. Really? You just come in once and just annoy me and then leave? Kirk, you gotta tell Tiberius Stark that he has to deal with an 8-bit dragon just annoying like this, okay? Just know that this dragon is very... No, he ran away. Sweet! No, that's not sweet, because he just doesn't... He's a dragon. He does what he wants. 8-bit dragon does what he wants. I don't know why. He just does it. Don't tell him that, because then his ego is going to be way too high, and I'll never hear the end of it. Okay? Oh, hopefully. Well, I'm glad you love dragons, Kurt. Hopefully, Tiberius Stark doesn't like dragons that much. I'm hoping, because I don't need his ego any bigger than it already is. Okay. No. I don't hate dragons. He's just annoying. I'm just saying. It's just one of those things. So I don't know what conversation we're going to be talking about next Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I would guess so, because I don't know, dragons have done some really bad things to the Marvel Universe and other things. We already did talk about dragons also. That was a couple episodes back. So you guys want to check out that stream. Me and Ashwing talk about different iconic dragon characters, as well as dwarf versus elves. Grant Stonefist was on that one, and that was kind of a thing. So if you guys like this video, like and subscribe, hit the little bell, and like I said, every Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, me and Icewing, and soon some other characters will be joining us, talking about geek culture in general, and some other things also. I don't know what the next subject will be. I'm thinking it will be about Lord of the Rings, because the new Tolkien movie is out, and I think we might be talking about Lord of the Rings in general. A little bit about the movies, the cartoons, a little bit about the books, because I did read The Hobbit. I didn't get to read Lord of the Rings, the book. I know. Not a nerd, guys. I'm geek. You have to excuse me with that. And I think we're going to talk about the grandfather of modern fantasy, our Tolkien. with Icewing next week. Maybe if not, we will be definitely talking about something else. I don't know yet, but that's the plan, anyways. Because you want to go see the Token movie and check it out. So thank you, Kurt, for joining us. Aro, yes, we will probably be talking about him next week. I don't know. It might be talking about something else. Who knows? We might be doing games. The geek culture is so amazing. There's so many things to talk about within the geek that other people don't really talk about. So that's why we're here, and we always salute the Geek Clan for joining us. And more members are joining, as you can see. And soon, I heard Tiberius Kirk will be. Not Tiberius. Tiberius Stark will be helping us with other platforms also, because that's kind of his thing, and that's going to be cool. So we're going to be on other platforms, guys, and we'll be having more entertainment, more different videos for this channel besides us talking about the geek also. So stay tuned to that, guys. We're just building this up massively. Thank you for listening in to the YouTube, Facebook channel, as always. Thanks for joining us. Until then, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. And for YouTubers, I salute the Geek Clan. Stay great to your fandoms, whatever they are. Sci-fi, fantasy, gaming, anime, or comics. 5 houses are out there. If you guys like to hang out in any of one of them, you are welcome to the Geek Clan, as always. So, yes. Maybe Twitch TV, too. I'm thinking Twitch is going to be probably for more of the low-tech gaming, which I haven't done yet. And probably role playing for Twitch TV. That might be another platform we will see. And then I salute you with the hammer of geekness. And until then, guys, have a great night. As always, thanks for all your comments, and subscribe, share this video, and like I said, Monday night, Eastern Standard Time, between 6 and 7, Rhode Island Free Radio.org, I will be talking with Mr. Chuckles about Transformers. He has a show between 6 and 7, and we're going to be doing all types of Transformer talk. So if you're into that franchise, you are going to love it. Obviously, my first name is Grimlock, so I'm really excited about this. And we're going to talk about all kinds of different things about Transformers. Probably we'll have to do another show to that. So it's my second appearance on radio, so I can't wait. So until then, guys, check that out at Chuckles Crib on Rhode Island Free Radio.org. It's going to be amazing. So until then, guys, I'll talk to you later. Enjoy your night. And always, Kurt, thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure to see you in and watching us and stuff like that. So enjoy your day, and watch out for Deadpool jumping on your back. Until then, guys, I'll talk to you later. Adios.